Behind us, there's a pad. If Nat lifts the camera, you'll see there's a cement pad, our small home that we were looking at.
Yeah.
Will be coming probably this coming week. We don't know exactly sure when. And we'll talk about what we've been doing to prepare for that to come. I'm JC. This is Nat. Together, we've helped hundreds of foreigners get more life for less money by having a retirement in Thailand. Now we've set out on a new adventure with the help of Danoi, Kakao, and Gopher. Together, join us on our journey while we turn this into this and make a full forest and help make Thailand green again. And the question is, are you going to be comfortable living in such a small space? Two things we want to talk about. One is, do we only have to stay in here?
No.
No, why?
We have the room in Nong Hong.
We have a room that we only pay $80 a month for. That's one bedroom with air conditioning and a kitchen and everything that we could go hang out in. That's option one.
Yeah.
Option two is, in Cha'am, what do we have?
Condo.
Yeah, if we wanted to get away and you know, this was small, we felt claustrophobic or needed to get away for some reason, we could head to Cha'am. We have the condominium there. The third thing I wanted to mention about this, I've lived on boats before, small boats.
Yeah.
So this is actually a yacht. This will be a yacht for me when we're going to have this set up with a big room, a real bathroom that you can stand up in, and a kitchen and everything. But also, this has always applied to me, this is why I appreciate a condominium more than a house. A house, I look out the windows. Now, that won't apply here, but usually a house, I look out windows and I see what? When you look at a house in a normal Muban, what do you see?
Saw the neighbor.
You see the neighbors. That's right. More houses, and it feels claustrophobic. I also, you know, if I'm living in a place like that, I need to have real tall ceilings that feel like I have some space. But here, you look out the windows, we see gardens. We see space. So we have space looking out the windows, and you can sit on the porch. There's space all around us. So the interior space will only be for ducking out of the heat, because we have air. We're not exactly sure how we're going to run it yet, but there is an air conditioner in there. And the other one, we have a front porch that we'll be able to hang out on. So yeah, there won't be a problem for me hanging out in this. So I just wanted to mention that. Speaking of the farm, we've got things delivered here before, and they call up Nat because they have Nat's phone number and say, can you give us the directions on how to get to where we deliver this? And Nat starts to tell them, and what do they say?
And they add back Ban Phalang, ใช่ไหม?
Yeah, what that means is the house of the Farang.
Yeah, the foreigner house.
Yeah, the foreigner's house. And so they already know, because they see me hanging out here almost every day out in the thing. Oh, it's where the Farang is, the Ban Farang. So we might have a name for the farm. We always were asking, should we name this? We haven't come up with a name, but it's sort of gaining that name on its own, Ban Farang. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, when people stop here to talk in the phone, maybe in the car, they say, where you are?
And
Ban Phalang.
Yeah, and Nat's heard somebody stop on a motorbike, and the people were obviously asking, well, where are you now, or something. They go, oh, Ban Farang, you know. Anyway, the farm update. We've done a lot, and one of the things that's helped us to do a lot is we actually took the canopy off of the truck. And this allows us to work in and out of the truck a lot easier than opening just the back. So if you're wondering what happened to the canopy, it's actually sitting over on the other side of the yard as a little place to get out of the heat, the shade, or the rain. If it rains, we can duck under that thing. We got it up on some stand. But what I've done mostly during the week is we've got a fruit garden back here, a fruit orchard. And we have all this other stuff. But I mentioned before, we got to get this place ready for the house, right? For Ban Farang. Ban Farang. And so I needed to get the solar set up, the power, and water. So what I've done is, if you look around, there's blue pipe everywhere. And we had the well. I needed to start coming up with a whole irrigation system so that we can just turn valves, turn on the pump, And we're not sure if it's going to work off solar yet, but it will work off the generator. So when we're testing this, I got to go get the generator from Nat's parents' house because we let them use the generator for water.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've irrigated this thing, run pipes through, I guess 75% of it so far. So we have drip irrigation for the big outlying trees. For the gardens, we actually have the sprinkler system, and it's all tied together, like I say, with valves. And so we're able to start the generator and then open and close valves and get everything watered. I'm still working on it. We got to run, but one of the things I'm going to do, because we're going to probably take back the generator, they won't have a way to run their pump, but what I can do, and what I'm going to work on this week, is running, I don't know if we can spin around and show you this, there's a blue pipe over there, and it goes all the way, and it's going to run all the way to her parents' house. And what I'm going to do is feed them the water from here. So we'll either be able to use solar or turn the generator on and water our place and feed them the water. Because all they use the water for is they have an outdoor bathroom or an outlying bathroom. And it's a building, and all they do is fill up a thing that they use for washing and for flushing the toilet. And they have some barrels that they use for washing dishes and things like that. So we'll feed them the water, and that's how that'll work. Now the garden, we've been eating some more watermelons. Nat has one we just took out of the refrigerator. Those have been okay. And we have cucumbers, mulberries. We talked about that last week. Yeah, the corn, this is a learning process. The problem that we encountered with the corn is when we picked the corn and went to eat it, what was it looking like?
They don't fall.
Yeah, it was missing all these kernels. So I went online and figured this out. And again, it's a learning curve, right? The corn didn't get pollinated well. Turns out that at the top there's tassels, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And you that have grown corn or come from farming communities, you probably already knew this, but I didn't. And this is the male part of the corn at the top, and this is the tassels, and this releases pollen. And the pollen falls down to the corn, and the ear of corn has these little silks coming out of the top. Well, each one of these little silks represents one kernel of corn. So pollen has to hit each one of those little silks to produce the kernel of corn. Any one that gets missed, it's missing a kernel. Well, ours are missing a lot. So we're going to have to, next time we do this, we're going to have to hand pollinate the corn. Plus we got something that's eating it. We're not exactly sure what is getting into eating it, but we have something eating it. But that's the deal. We're learning about corn and raising corn.
This one, the red.
Yeah, we actually have one red watermelon that's come up. Everything we've had so far has been yellow, but we actually have a red one that's coming up, which is interesting. We'll see how that turns out. And the other update is we've got eggplant and some like cherry tomatoes. Not sure if you can see the tomatoes. And I've pulled a couple off. Nat'll probably grab a couple for me because we have some ripe ones. But check out, I showed you the eggplant like a week ago. Look how big these guys have gotten in a week. They're gigantic. And if you're wondering what do we do with eggplant, because we're not going to be selling them yet, we're just trying to figure all this out. Look at this guy. Look how big they are. There's a dish that we make that's is it an Isan dish?
Not Isan. Yeah. I do all.
And what's it called?
Soup makua.
Soup makua. And so it's an eggplant like dip. And it's really tasty. Who makes the soup makua?
You.
And it's real tasty. So that's what we use them for. And also, Nat's given me unripe tomatoes. We have ripe ones down here somewhere. You look for them, because I know nobody ate those because Thai people don't like tomatoes. At least this family doesn't. So, oh, tasty. Anyway, but I wanted to get updated with that. But that's been what's been going on. If you see, I got all this irrigation, and then it goes down, and then we have drip lines that go off to our bigger trees that are planted. And it's not completed. I'll complete it this week. But also, I moved our water tank that was sitting over by Nat's parents' house and moved it over to get it ready for the house coming as well. And how this is going to work is we'll turn on a generator and to water, to irrigate, but also when the pump comes on, we fill this tank, and then this tank will be connected to a 12-volt pump, and it'll be a pressure switch on that. So when we turn on the water or flush the toilet or turn the water on the shower or in the kitchen, it'll come from the tank and it'll be driven with pressure because of the pump, small little pump. And then when we turn off the faucet, the water will stop. So you saw we had the panels. This guy, we're going to put him on call. So he's ready, so when the house comes, we'll also get that. Hopefully by the time I talk to y'all next time, this will all be hooked up. And we'll be testing it. And here's our fruit orchard. Everything seems to be doing not too bad out there. And, oh yeah, another thing we did this week is Nat's mom put together these little stands. If you're wondering what this is, we haven't killed anybody, and these aren't crosses here. Anybody know what these are going to be for? So take a guess before I tell you. Some of you all probably already know. That's right. For, what are they for, Nat? What do you call in Thai?
แก้วมังกร
Gao Mangan. Huh? She says it better than I do. This is for dragon fruit. And if you don't know, dragon fruit is one of a member of the cactus family. And so what you do is you plant a little piece down here, and it'll grow up this, and then hang out up here with the tire and branch off and start sprouting all sorts of new shoots and stuff, and that's how you grow dragon fruit. And we have red dragon fruit, right?
Yeah, inside purple.
Yeah, purple dragon fruit.
Have white and purple.
Yeah, white and purple, but we have purple, right?
Yeah.
That's what's been going on. We're excited. House should be coming soon, and we'll be giving you the update on that. And that's it. Did we get our house this week?
Not yet.
No, we didn't get the house. Did they tell you when the house is going to be delivered?
No.
No. Did they tell you when the house will be finished?
She said Monday.
She said Monday. So we're not exactly sure what day it's going to be delivered. But it's time to start getting some things ready. We've been working on the farm to get it ready, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to eventually build a kitchen, right? And we needed a refrigerator. And we found a little small refrigerator, which is a Mitsubishi refrigerator. Not that one, this one. And it's 4,900, say 5,000 baht. And why we're going with this one, because it's only 50 watts. It runs off 50 watts of power, which is really low power consumption. And being on solar, that's going to be really important. So we're going to go with this one. We're going to try and get somebody to help us out here with the refrigerator. And what else do we need to buy before the house comes? We'll talk to them about what's going on the farm. Is there anything else we need to buy before the house comes? Another thing we will need is a bed. And so that'll be something else we're going to get, but we won't get that today. I'm just afraid this little guy, I don't see him around a lot of places. It's Mitsubishi little refrigerator, but because it's only 50 watts of power, I think we should grab it while we can, and then we'll just store it until we can use it. Popcorn cup. So that's the.
Yes.
We stocked up, right?
Yes, done deal.
All right, done deal. But we ended up not getting the Mitsubishi refrigerator.
We have LG.
We got an LG refrigerator. Why did we get the LG refrigerator?
Have inverter.
Yeah, it has an inverter, but the thing about it is the Mitsubishi was how many cubic meter? Cubic liter?
4.9.
4.9. How much is this one?
6.1.
6.1. How many more watts did this one use?
50.
It ended up using 2 more watts, but we got a whole bunch more room. So we ended up going with this one. All right, so we're going to take this back to the room, store it till we have a house or a kitchen to put it in, right?
Yeah.
But let's head off to the farm, get this stuff in the refrigerator, and get the refrigerator in the room, and then we'll be back at you shortly. See ya. Well, Nat,
Yes.
big day today, right?
Yes, big day.
Why is it a big day today?
Today have the little house come.
The little house came here. Let's walk over here so they can see a little more of the little house. The little house got delivered.
Yes.
1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, right?
Yes.
And it's been delivered, but they got to come back, I think, about 3 more days to hook all the power, the plumbing, make the septic tank for it and everything like that. But, you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, it's cute. And it came complete with all the electric fixtures, air conditioning, curtains, the windows with the mosquito screens, and security bars on the side. And we had them put in an extra door and an extra window in the bathroom. And then that will connect to what?
Kitchen.
The kitchen, that's right. And the guys are going to come back in a couple days and put the poles up for the kitchen. And then that'll get worked on. We're still working on the plumbing, the irrigation around. But this is pretty exciting, right? Yeah. Big day. And so we're still going to need to put a bed in there. What else?
Cabinet.
Yeah, some cabinets and things like that. But hey, looking good so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. And we'll be just chilling on the farm, right?
You have the shed when you're hot, can sit there.
Yeah, we've got the front porch. And this is about the time it's, and it only took them a couple hours to set it in here. And this is the time of day I like, because listen, you can hear something going on at the watt, and that's about it. And we have the front porch to sit on, to chill every evening and watch the sunset. That's right. So there you go. Bannoya, small house.
Ban Farang.
Ban Farang, the house of the Farang. Updates coming, but we just wanted to get you up to date with the delivery of the little house on the farm.
Yes.
See ya. Hey, JC here. If you like that video, make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel here. Also, we have another video up here you're going to be really interested in watching as well. And if you're looking for all the details of how to retire in Thailand in one place, plus a group of people to support you, check this out over here. Give it a click.